Hi warriors, it's Hannah here, and I'll be answering a few of your Christmas related eating disorder questions. Let's do this. The first question pertains to Christmas recipes and traditions from my birth country. My birth country, Belgium, is not a place that I've lived too long, but I have definitely had quite a few Christmases there because most of my family lives there. So, definitely a big turkey and then either some fries or what we did in our family because because I'm not a big fan of fries was potato croquettes and then some vegetables and just basically a lot of food. A full day of food. That's the main tradition. The second question I received pertains to not being able to stop eating or being scared of binging on Christmas. And this is it's quite a common thing for people to overeat on Christmas because there's all this good food going around and you've got all these people around, you're just chatting, and before you know it, you've eaten too much. And I don't think it's something to stress out about too much. If it's on your mind a lot and causing a lot of anxiety, then definitely just stick to your meal plan if you have one. But otherwise, try to listen to your body and accept that if you do overeat, everyone does from time to time, and it is okay. Question number 3. What if someone comments on my eating behaviours, such as the amount or tempo? Because these are really big triggers for me. If they are a really big trigger, then I recommend telling people beforehand about your struggles so that they won't make these comments. However, if they do make these comments, realize that it's because of an ignorance. Lots of people just don't understand the true nature of eating disorders. And yeah, just keep your goals in mind and just try to ignore these comments because they're really not helpful at all. Question number 4. My body is still really sensitive to sugar and it causes belly pains and headaches, but I feel like I'm missing out on Christmas because I feel sick after eating just one cookie. Yeah, digestive distress or just uncomfortable symptoms after eating are quite common in eating disorder recovery, and it's something to push through, especially at a time like Christmas where eating, in my family at least, was sort of a big part of the experience. So yeah, I think at this point, personally, I would accept that I might have some of these uncomfortable symptoms, but eat the cookie anyway, because I know that for me it was a fear food, and challenging the fear food was more important to my mental and physical health than the bit of discomfort it caused me. Also, by eating the food anyway, you're getting your body a bit more used to it, a bit more used to digesting it, whatever food might be this trigger for you. So yeah, that's just my personal advice on that one. Next question. This is honestly a quick fire round of questions if you haven't noticed. But the next question, what is your favourite Christmas food? And I don't think I can answer that because there's so many things. But since I moved to England, I've discovered nut roast, and I must say I really, really, really like that. I'm also, being Belgian, big fan of Brussels sprouts and just everything else really. The next question is, how do I not restrict after a big Christmas meal? I talk about this a lot in my YouTube videos, so I really suggest you check them out. But basically, accept that it's a new day. You're starting from scratch. Ignore the day before and keep following your meal plan or keep following the meal sizes and patterns that you're used to. Do not break that routine by listening to the eating disorder. Try to distract yourself if you're feeling uncomfortable or guilty, and definitely do not act on the urges of the eating disorder. Whilst this might cause a little bit of anxiety initially, this anxiety is temporary. An eating disorder, if you choose to follow what it tells you, can be lifelong and really, really detrimental. Right, I'm on my last 2 questions. Thanks so much for everyone who's still around. So the one to last question, is waking up in the middle of the night and eating. Tips for being okay with that. I used to wake up myself in the middle of the night to eat for a few weeks in a row, just every single night, and it was really distressing. But understand that you have a massive deficit in your body, and your body simply needs these calories at this moment. The same as with cravings, you should listen to them. They will change, and this night eating will change once your body has had enough and once it trusts that you are giving it enough. So yeah, try to listen to it, sit with the anxiety. Again, it is only temporary, it does pass, and it's a clear indication that this is something your body needs. It's not excessive, your body needs this. The last question is about meal plans. So on a meal plan, I count calories. How do I do this on Christmas Day without measuring food? That is really tricky, and as I said before, if Christmas meal really spikes up your anxiety, then yes, it might be good to maybe follow your meal plan on Christmas. So if you are planning to follow your meal plan on Christmas, I highly suggest getting a family member, so maybe your mum or someone whom you're very close to measure out your portions for you, because it's also all too easy to start piling up your plate and try to limit yourself, because it's easier to eat a little bit too little than eating too much if the eating disorder is shouting at you. So you can definitely still stick to your meal plan, but maybe get a bit of help from your mum or your dad or whomever you're close to, so that you definitely do not undereat and so that you keep challenging the eating disorder. Anyway, that is it for your questions. Whilst I didn't make a proper YouTube video this time round, I do definitely have a few other YouTube videos about these topics, about similar topics. So if you haven't been to the channel yet, definitely find the link to that in my bio. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought. Have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas, everyone.